Hey everyone, this is just a quick introductory video just to let you know what I've been up to, what I plan to do, what this channel and what these series of videos plan to be about. So let's kick off. So my name's Ben, I am 32 years old and I plan to compete in my first men's physique fitness competition towards the end of this year, probably looking at around November time. So at the moment, that's the big focus in my personal life. From a work point of view, I am a qualified accountant. I'm ACCA qualified. For anyone that's interested, that's the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. I've been qualified about 7 or 8 years now, having worked in accounting practice for 7 years, gaining that qualification, and subsequently I worked within the financial services sector for a further 6.5, 7 years. I've recently taken redundancy, which was a choice. It was offered to me, and there were a lot of other things that I wanted to do with my time, with my life, pursue my passion for health and fitness. So that redundancy came about, I guess, at the right time. It's by no means without risk. You know, I've got a mortgage, I've got bills to pay. So taking that redundancy, yes, walking away with some money clearly helped, but it's definitely a risk. But I've never been scared to take a risk. I think what we learn from most is when we step out of our comfort zones, when we let ourselves be challenged and pushed, those are the times that we grow the most. So for me, it wasn't necessarily a difficult choice, but one I had to make nonetheless. There was a potential promotion on the card, so the choice for me between continuing to climb that corporate ladder, which I think for a lot of people in certain environments and certain professions, climbing that corporate ladder is, it's what we're sort of built up to do, I guess. You go into that corporate world and everyone pushes you to go as high as you can. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's for some people, and I thought it was for me for a long time. But now that I'm out of that world, it's given me a totally new take on life. I'm in about week 8, I think, of being unemployed, which isn't something at 32 years old I necessarily thought I'd be saying, but really enjoying it, which might sound like a slightly strange thing to say, but it's just given me time to think, time to read, which is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. Just generally time to find myself, I suppose, and that sounds all a little bit philosophical and like I've had some epiphany, but it's just let me concentrate on what it is that I want to do, and I'll continue to talk about that and take you through that as these videos progress. But the big step for me, I think, was just making that decision to leave what could have been a career. It could have been a job for life. The company I was working for was a global company, about to make a massive acquisition. So if I wanted to stay in that world, I had the option to. Like I say, it could have been a job that I sat in for the rest of my days, and lived a pretty comfortable life from. But living comfortably isn't something that I wanted to do and that sits comfortably with me as a person. That was never going to help me develop as a person and grow as a person, and it also was never going to help me fulfill my potential. I don't believe, when you're in a big corporate environment, it's very easy to get lost in as a bit of a number. As an accountant, I was back office. You're not facing customers, so to speak, and I just felt like I wasn't really making a great deal of difference in that world. So one of the big things that I think I've realised, having had the time to think, is that helping people is something that I'm particularly passionate about. And if I can combine that with health and fitness and just generally giving a bit back to society, I suppose, and like I say, that all sounds very like I have had this massive epiphany and whatnot, but it isn't like that. It's just something that I feel it's right for me to do right now. I'm in a position to be able to do that, so that's something that I'm gonna pursue. I've also been, for the past sort of 2 or 3 years while I've been full-time working, I had signed up to study to become a personal trainer, so I am continuing with that, and that is a priority of mine in terms of structured study to gain those qualifications. So the plan will be in the next few months to obtain my level 3 personal training qualifications. And then, as I say, as the year progresses, we'll be pushing towards competing for the first time towards the end of 2018. Now, that a lot of this video, to be fair, has come about from a couple of sources, I guess. One of those key sources being my coach, Adam Bates, who I'll put his Insta, his social media handles up. Give him a follow. The guy's incredible. I've been with him now for about 18 months, 20 months, something like that. Approaching 2 years probably. Now that started purely as an aesthetic, I want to look like this guy thing. It was completely fitness based. It was a goal, I knew that he could get me in shape, and he could get me in competition shape. He's competed himself many years ago. It's become more than that, I think. Adam is a lifestyle coach. By no means is he bound by fitness. Fitness is clearly the thing that he also has an enormous passion for, and he's very, very good at what he does. But I feel that it's become more than that. And I think he's genuinely helping me think about the way I approach life, which is a huge credit to him. And I can't thank him enough for that. So that's why I'm now filming this first video, because he basically said, do it, what is there to lose? And he's quite right. So here it is. And then something else that, like I said, I've had a lot of time to read stuff. A book that I've read that gave me a huge kick up the arse just to get out and do stuff is this book here. If any of you haven't read this book, go out and read it. Dan Meredith, How to Be Fucking Awesome. Honestly, it has totally changed the way I think and approach stuff. It's all about taking action. So much good stuff in there, so I'll probably share various little snippets out of that throughout some other videos. But that book has been amazing, as well as the support from Adam. I think just to probably round this introduction video off, just for me to sort of summarise, I'd say for me there's probably been 3 main points that have helped me get to the place I'm at in my head, in my physique, which again, there'll be progress on my physique as we go through these videos. My social media handles I'll put up as well. You can see on there the progress that I'm making throughout my training and my diet. So I'm just finishing a cut phase, which means at the moment I'm pretty lean. Looking forward to getting some more food in the diet. But yeah, looking and feeling the best I've been for a long time, truth be told. Both, like I say, mentally, physically, everything at the moment just feels right. So yeah, those 3 points, as I say, the first one, just recognizing that there is something that needs changing. For me, that thing was work. If I'm being brutally honest, I was spiraling a bit, getting caught up in the whole corporate world thing, and that having to be the path I take, you know, having spent 13, 14 years gaining qualifications and working through finance and being very much in a particular path. I'm still a young man. Like, I've got a long way ahead of me before I think about retirement, and it just wasn't, I wasn't in a good place. So that for me, I've realised that something was wrong. That was the first step I needed to take. The second one is reaching out for help, particularly from people who are further along a path that you want to be. So like I say, again, for me, that was reaching out to Adam. You know, I was at a place where I thought I was making progress. You know, I was doing a lot of sort of, you know, reading up on stuff and following bog standard plans that they weren't tailored to me. Getting in touch with Adam, who, you know, that is his specialty, and the progress I have made in the 18 months that I've been with Adam outweighs the previous 8 to 10 years that I've been training. Just asking for help is not only will it help you, it helps that other person. You know, how good do you feel when you help someone? So give someone that chance to help you. They'll feel better, you'll feel better. Honestly, just, yeah, ask an expert, ask for guidance, ask for help, and don't be afraid to do that. You know, it's not going to come cheap necessarily, but you're going to get what you pay for at the end of the day, and you'll take away from it as much as you're prepared to put in. And the third point is to just do, just take action and get on with life, get on with whatever it is that you enjoy doing, you've got a passion for. I'm a thinker, I'm an overthinker, and I've been thinking about doing this video for probably the full 8 weeks that I've not been at work, and to be fair, probably even before that. And it's taken me till now to just decide, you know what have I got to lose? So take that action, continue to grow. No doubt I'll look back at this video in 6-12 months time and I'll think, man, that was a poor video, because I'm going to continue to do this, and I'm going to continue to grow and learn and just absorb knowledge and make everything much better. So thanks for watching. My social media handles I'll put up on the screen, so please do give me a follow if you want to follow this journey, follow this path, keep learning, keep growing, and I'll catch you again soon. Cheers, guys.